Hey guys, what's up? It's Tristan. So maybe you guys have been in this situation too, but there is nothing worse than when you come back to your phone and you have about 6 to 7 new text messages and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so popular, I'm awesome, and you get all excited, and then when you open it up, you're like, oh my gosh, not this again. Not another group message. So I have an iPhone, and it's totally fine if I get put into a group message with a bunch of other people who all have iPhones as well, because then if I want, I can just opt out and leave if I'm not interested in the conversation that's going on. But sometimes you get put into a group message where there's someone who doesn't have iMessage on, or someone who just doesn't have an iPhone, and those are the ones that are the worst because you can't leave them. You can always mute them so you don't get notifications from them, but still, you get that little red circle around your text message, or you see them up in your text message news feed, and I just don't like it. And then there's always those two people in a group message. Yeah, you probably know who I'm talking about. But those two people who think it's their own personal conversation. They're the people who, after the initial topic of conversation is over, they start talking like it's their own personal chat room. They start catching up like old friends who haven't seen each other in a long time, or they make plans for the future without everyone else in the group message. And so everyone else is just there like, what are you guys doing? Now don't get me wrong, there are some things that are useful about group messages. I mean, like if you're inviting people to an event, a party, you're trying to get a group of friends together to hang out, and that's all great. And I encourage you to use group messages, but once that initial conversation is over, you should probably stop using that group message. And if there are some people in that conversation that want to keep talking to each other, you should start a new one so that the other people don't have to listen to it. Or better yet, you should just meet up in real life and hang out like your friends. So here's my advice about group messages. Number 1, only start a group message if it's absolutely necessary. Because you don't want people to end up hating you for inviting them to a group message that never ends. Number 2, when you're invited to a group message, use it what it's intended for, and don't use it to talk about what you had for lunch or what you're doing later in the day with other people and not the people in the group message, because that's kind of just rude. Last of all, but most important probably, is if you ever get invited to a group message that you're not interested in, leave it as soon as you can. Because if it gets down to 3 people left, then you're not allowed to leave because then it's no longer considered a group. Well guys, that's my thoughts on group messaging and why you shouldn't use them, or why you should, I guess, in those rare cases. But anyways, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and social media links down below. Thanks guys, see ya.